Gareth, thinking a little bit about the relationship that you as a supplier have with your customers as the people who decide what they want to buy.
Mm.
I often have noticed that people in the commercial role can be somewhat apologetic about the time that they're taking from their customer, so to speak, in order to have these conversations. My perspective is that it should be a partnership and therefore viewed as something which is very much mutual and therefore much more equal, and therefore avoiding the apologetic mindset that some people have. Talk to us a little bit about your experience in that area, Gareth.
Yeah, sadly, what you're talking about here is incredibly common. And yeah, we'll talk more about customer relationships and what that means. But what you're touching on here is something I see just all too frequently. Even when you're dealing with clients and customers, when you've got relationships, fully integrated with each other. So, real strong partnerships, on paper. What you often see is people start meetings with incredibly apologetic language, even to the extent of, "Oh, I'm sorry for wasting your time." Well, think about what message that sends to the person opposite you. It's either consciously or subconsciously undermining you in their eyes. And there's something here to recognize, which is your customers do not want you as a supplier to be sycophantic or apologetic. They don't want you to be cocky and arrogant, but there's also something there to recognize that soft language, like apologizing just simply for the fact of being there, is going to get the meeting off to a bad start. And all the way through the meeting, if you continue that type of language, what's it actually saying about your ability to actually be a positive influence for change for your customer, and also your reliance for getting something done within your organization if you're indicating a lack of confidence? It's a big thing.
And it's interesting, isn't it, Gareth? Because I think that probably if you are a supplier in that situation, you would know that it's important to be confident and so on. But often that language leaks out, which often reveals what the inner thoughts are and so on. So in fact actually reveals the fact that maybe you're a little nervous, or maybe the stakes are high and you need to succeed and so on, and that self-doubt creeps in. If you were to give us a couple of tips, Gareth, about how to get a hold of that and how to, if you like, tighten that up so that you're coming across very much more as a partner rather than somebody who is grateful to be there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a few things that you can do. I mean, there's lots of things you can do, but here are a few things. Well, firstly, mindsets. So, what are you there for? And, be super clear about your objective and recognize that objective is not just for you, but also for them. Why would they agree to the meeting if they didn't think that you could add some value there? So recognizing that, you're not there to waste their time. Otherwise, why are you having the meeting and why are they showing up? So there's something there about being super clear about, what you want to achieve from the meeting. I think secondly, recognizing, the value that you can bring. The reason they're seeing you is because they recognize that maybe they've got an issue, they've got a problem, and you can help them solve that. So what's the reason you'd have, negative thoughts about being there? So I think there are two key things there. And of course, the big thing is practice. So start the meeting off well. How are you going to open the conversation? Practice it, say it out loud. It sounds a bit crazy, but funnily enough, practice means that you're going to show up in a much more confident, positive way, get the meeting off to the good start, and therefore you're more likely to have success at the end.
So as I boil that down, Gareth, there's two things there. One is mindset. So in other words, realizing the value that you can bring, but then two, and we've spoken about this on many of the other videos, is having a process. So understanding how you're going to run that meeting so that you have some confidence going into it.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you.